Today, I get called out by a conservative furry before I debate a conservative furry. I'm proud of myself for getting through this opening without laughing. Try and calm your bowels. You're not all Caitlyn Bennett. It's true. I've been called out by a conservative furry. It's impossible to say it with a straight face. Try it. Hold on, let's try. All right, hold on. That wasn't a fair shot. All right. We have here a conservative. Okay, maybe we can just X out the conservative. That's too comical. I can't. Maybe the Oh God, I can't. All right, I've been called out, guys. So this video is called "Hunter is a far left racist." Got him. And the first thing I'll say is yes, I know this is on a very small channel. I was not seeking out like a small channel. This guy's made a lot of videos about me. What really caught my attention was the thumbnail. Not only does this guy have time to knit his furry suit, he also has time to literally Photoshop a Hitler mustache on me and a swastika next to me. Man, this is what's happening here, guys. Hunter Avalon, the far left racist. Hunter Avalon is a moron. Hunter Avalon is a moron part 2. Okay, maybe he only did 2 videos on me. Well, I guess there would be 3 videos.
Guys, Conservative Furry here. Welcome back to another video.
Can we hear him say it again? Also, he sounds a lot like Leafy, but even cringier, so it's kind of weird too.
Hey guys, Conservative Furry here. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are here to look once again at another Hunter Avalon video. Now, the last time we did this, I pointed out to you how he was a moron, and I clearly debunked his points and showed his hypocrisy for what it is. I think this
I've never seen those videos, but we'll just go ahead and assume that he's not telling the truth.
Video really takes the cake. And I think this video pissed me off for multiple reasons.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to show you why it pissed me off.
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
going to go step by step.
We got a fucking triggered furry. Does that mean, wait, if you trigger a furry, do they run outside and like urinate under a tree?
After this video, you are going to physically hate this guy, much like I do.
Oh,
Black
man.
Conservative lies. Why does he have to mention that he's a black conservative? That's number 1 of this video. Why does he have to mention that, right? Tucker?
Because Anthony Brian Logan is like, he calls himself like a black conservative, does he not? And he is by definition a black conservative?
Why does he have to mention that he's a black conservative? That's number 1 of this video. Why does he have to mention that, right? Tucker Carlson is an idiot. He uses the name of people. Why was this video different? Just the title alone will piss you off.
Wait, if you go on my TikTok, for example, you can see that like I've titled shit like Hunter Avalon vs. Black Conservative when I'm talking with like gothics. Yeah, good point, chat. Why do you have to mention you're a furry? Knowing that you're a furry, that makes me physically angry. Oh wait, no, this guy said after you watch this video, you're gonna physically hate me. The smartest, the best, the biggest brain man of them all, Anthony Brian Logan. You can tell he's smart because he has wooden carvings of the old-fashioned American flag, this American flag, which is like a little different looking, and then the police hand. We've got some hunterception here, I know. Carved on pine wood grown right here on my property.
Why did he feel the need to do that accent? Was that really necessary? Oh, pine carved on your property. Who the fuck talks like that? Have you ever heard a southerner talk like that? Who are you?
Why is this guy so triggered? What do you mean, who talks like that? I'll tell you who talks like that. Conservatives and me. Mocking conservatives. Do you remember whose channel this is, dude? Do you remember you're watching the Hunter Avalon channel? Over here, we're kind of comfortable making fun of people. And also he's trying to paint me as a racist, so he has to look really morally outraged or something.
Portraying, because literally, he doesn't sound like that. I'm getting a little pissed off because this is one of my favorite creators. And I physically hate...
I see. This makes so much sense. So I called out your big daddy ABL, and I exposed him for not at all being the common sense conservative that he is. And you got so fucking triggered that you decided to jump on here and make a 12-minute video defending him. Okay, yeah, if you would just open with that, dude. I hope he sees this, bro. You know, I can hit him up on Twitter. Do you want me to tell him that you're thinking about him? Check the mailbox for the letters? Spray it with some of your perfume?
That not only does he not mention his name in the fucking title, which he does for literally every other conservative, he singles him out because he's a black conservative. And then on top of that,
also not
he
true.
has the gall to be like, oh, do the offensive southern accent.
Also, keep in mind... the offensive southern accent. I have the gall. This man had the gall to do an offensive accent of the Southerners. Because we all know that us damn Southerners are not to be fucked with. I'll poke you with my pitchfork through a hay bale. Who says I'm common sense? How can you deny this?
That crime doesn't pay, but I can't.
So he's fucking talking about this thing that happened. I'm gonna let him give you the news first.
So he's talking about this thing that happened. He doesn't even have the common sense to go into what he was talking about. If you can see here, he's still not going to talk about the video title, but I'll read it out to you. Illegal aliens may, he put this in his title, may get $450,000 each in reparations. Now, of course, Hunter Avalon can't.
Wait, what the... Is he making fun of me for saying... So he's talking about this thing that happened before I got into the information? I don't even know how to respond. Like, this isn't even a criticism. This is just him getting mad that I didn't make the video he wished that I made.
Reparations. Now, of course, Hunter Avalon can't read and is a complete moron, but let's completely ignore that fact.
I don't know, guys. The fact that I'm being called a moron by a furry... that does hurt a little bit. I mean, that's coming from the dude that literally has to dress up like a wolf and hope that he can catch his father's scent in order to try and find him. It happens because I think that this is going to really give you a feel for just how dishonest this person is. Oh, also, his hat. I survived the plandemic. Well, that's certainly not a virtue signal.
Oh, just like how wearing the mask after getting vaccinated isn't a virtue signal to the far left? Fuck off with your hypocrisy bullshit, man.
First of all, the I survived the plandemic thing is a virtue signal because it is literally, by definition, signaling to the fact that he is virtuous or of this conservative belief. Wearing a mask, if you're already vaccinated, would, one, depend on whether or not the business was requiring you wear a mask, because if that's the case, it's not a virtue signal, it's just complying with private business's wishes. Or they're wearing a mask in areas that are more heavily affected by the Delta variant. That's not a virtue signal. You're not signaling to a virtue, you are actually doing something to reduce COVID.
My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Biden administration preparing to pay $450,000 to people affected negatively by Donald Trump's 2018 zero tolerance policy at the southern border between U.S. and Mexico. Now, there's a whole lot here. There's a lot we got to really discuss, but first, let's back up a little bit to explain what's going on.
So, as you can imagine, conservatives are not happy about this, of course. Reparations to the illegal immigrants? Oh, the world's gone mad.
He doesn't even go into why that would be a bad policy. He thinks that giving money to illegals is a good...
I don't think this guy even knows what happened. So he first made fun of me for not reading the title. I don't know what the point of that was. The title was the same thing that ABL was talking about, which was the consideration of paying $450,000 to illegal immigrants harmed by Trump's policies. And all of you conservatives start crying, seething, and wailing. And I don't think any of them know that it was a payout regarding a lawsuit. I don't think any of them know that. Just to clarify, I didn't need to address whether or not this would be a good policy. It's not a Biden policy.
And say that this isn't only conservatives who are focused on this. Joe Biden himself, when asked about this, literally denounced it in a video saying that it was a ridiculous, nonsensical thing. Biden denies plan for $450,000 payments to separated families. Not going to happen.
And this proves what? I don't know where he was reading this from, but I looked this up too. Just because I'm a curious lad. On Wednesday, President Joe Biden dismissed the idea of giving $450,000 settlements to immigrant families who were separated. That's not going to happen, Biden said. So wait, why is he bringing this up? If anything, this is a point against ABL, right? Because ABL's the one making the entire video whining about it. But, okay. They said on Thursday that Biden was perfectly comfortable reimbursing the families, but not at that level. She added that the Justice Department spoke to those involved in the negotiations and learned the reported figures are higher than anywhere that a settlement can land. So they're still paying money in regards to the lawsuit. Notice how he says right here, $450,000 settlements.
A Fox News reporter asked about the reported payment in Wednesday's press conference. Biden called the Wall Street Journal report that cited several anonymous sources garbage and not true. Hunter Avalon.
Really? So, wow, thank you so much for debunking your buddy ABL here. Cool.
Alone being the far leftist, why would paying illegal immigrants be such a bad thing? Even the fucking president of the United States doesn't want to do that, as insane as he is. Do you want...
First of all, it's not about whether or not he wants to do it. He is going to have to pay some kind of settlement because laws were broken with some of Donald Trump's policies. And that is where this quote-unquote reparation thing even comes from, first and foremost.
Do you want to watch the video where he literally says that it's garbage and not true?
They say.
Wow. Again, thank you. Do I even need to debunk this video? This dude's literally doing it for me. Thanks, man. What do you mean it's wide open? That's how the border looks, dude.
He's not talking about how it looks. It actually is open. They have done nothing to actually stop the flow of illegal immigrants.
Okay. They have done nothing to stop the flow of illegal immigrants. Yikes. Okay, let's just remember that statement, kids.
And if you're going to say that they're expelling people, yes, they're expelling single adults. Does that deal with the families of migrants? Yet most of the people who come here are coming in droves, they're coming in families, and yet you want to claim that the border is not open? Didn't Biden literally, on day one of his presidency, take away the things that the Trump administration had put into place?
What? Oh my god, this is what... I think this is just furry brain. I don't even think we should be mean. I don't want to be too harsh on this guy because it might be getting kind of ableist. I mean, let's be real, he is a furry. Annual border arrests hit record high, despite trending down in recent months. So there's a lot going on right now. The pandemic has affected employment across the world. We've had natural disasters, which is causing more migrants to, well, be migrating. So there are multiple factors as to why there may be more immigrants. It's not about immigrants trying to enter the country. It's about Biden's response. And they're hitting record highs.
And what happened? What happened was a surge of illegal immigration. And it's being called out not only by Republicans.
It was called out by illegal immigration, really?
By Democrats, because of how bad the situation is. The Democrats' immigration problem. The Wall Street Journal.
Oh my god, this is every, like, conservative, cringy, Paul Joseph Watson-esque video right here. Flashing the headlines.
Border Patrol makes about 1.66 million arrests at southern border in 2021 fiscal year.
Wait, okay. I don't want to be too mean, but... It says fiscal year, buddy, not physical, okay? Maybe don't be reading and recording while wearing your big bulky wolf mask.
highest annual arrest total ever. This isn't some debatable shit. The border is not debatable.
Wait, you said they're not doing anything! Your claim was they've done nothing to stop the flow of illegal immigrants, and now you're flashing a bunch of headlines showing Biden doing stuff about illegal immigrants. There were about 15 or 14 to 15,000 Haitian migrants camped at Mexico border, and Biden expelled them. It was historically one of the swiftest expulsions ever. The Biden administration has carried out the mass expulsions under an emergency pandemic era policy known as Title 42 that was first enacted under former President Donald Trump to the dismay of advocates for asylum seekers and Democrats. So not only is Biden doing quite a lot, not only is Biden acting in historical swiftness to stop the flow of illegal immigration, he is doing it to the contrary of his own side.
The New York Times. Illegal border crossings driven by pandemic and natural disasters. Yes. Sure. Yeah, we totally believe that. Sort of record high. If it was driven by a pandemic, they...
Wait. All right, conservative furry. Tell me, why would I be an idiot for believing what this syndicated news platform says? And why would I also not be an idiot for believing you?
Yeah, we totally believe that. Sort of record high. If it was driven by a pandemic, they wouldn't come to the United States. It's packed full of people. Are you fucking stupid? Anyone who says, oh, the pandemic's causing migrants to move here. The pandemic is worse in the United States, according to the fucking data.
He didn't read the article. I swear to God he didn't read the article because I did, and it's obvious that he has no idea what he's talking about. I don't even know if this dude's capable of reading. It's not, I'm scared of COVID, so we're gonna come to the US. It's that because of COVID, it's affecting employment globally, and so they're coming to the US looking for employment.
Unprecedented illegal migration as border encounters hit 21-year high. This is coming from both Democrats and Republicans. This is not specifically an issue you can lie about. Because even the Democrats know that this issue is fucked for them. Because their solution to the border is not a solution. They have nothing on the border. Don't even pretend that Joe Biden's doing a good job. You know that's false.
I mean, I wasn't sure about it, but after you just showed me all those headlines about how good Biden's border patrol is doing at apprehending all of these illegal immigrants, I don't know, man. I think Biden's actually doing a pretty good job. You just convinced me, my friend. Thank you very much, conservative furry.
Because even President Obama expelled way more than him. And President Obama did a terrible job at the border.
Oh, no. Wait. What? Does he mean in the same time frame? He realizes Obama was in office for 8 years, and that's compared to Biden's 11 months, right?
This has been an issue that's been happening for months. This is something you physically cannot deny. But like the far leftist you are...
You physically cannot deny this. What does it mean to physically deny something? Is it like, here's me mentally denying it, and then here's me physically denying it?
You will cover for the failing Biden administration because this is a part of your far left agenda.
True. That is pretty... I'm so far left. My far left agenda. Standard shit. What really matters not so much as how many people are coming to the border, but what is Biden's response? Biden's response is expelling a fuck ton of these migrants.
Is a fuck ton the entire bunch of migrants? No.
Historically... Wait, first of all, did Trump get rid of all the migrants, buddy? Could you answer that one? Because I know the answer is no. Second of all, unironically, yes, you dipshit. Biden faces harsh criticism for expelling Haitian asylum seekers. U.S. plan to expel most of the more than 14,000 Haitian migrants.
Zero tolerance. You get caught at the border, you're getting sent back. You want to apply for asylum, do that in Mexico. Don't try to do that here.
These people should not be allowed to use the internet. I actually think that Anthony Bryan Logan should be banned from the internet.
He thinks that Anthony Bryan...
Oh, true. Good one, Hunter. That was a funny one, man. Yes. Amen. You know what? If we want to get all act utilitarian here, Anthony Brian Logan getting banned from the internet would be a pretty big positive if we're being real here.
Logan. The black conservative should be banned from the internet. Just Anthony Brian Logan, by the way. He didn't make the same case for Ben Shapiro. Are you
Oh shit, he's trying so hard to make this into a racist thing.
fucking kidding me? He calls him a lying conservative, literally points out no evidence. He gives
You watched 3 minutes of my video. I was about to debunk it after I made my hyperbolic little joke about him getting banned from the internet, but you're too busy pausing it and morally grandstanding.
Why is he advocating for Anthony Brian Logan to be censored from the internet? Not YouTube. He didn't say YouTube. He said the internet.
Dude, all right, maybe I should walk that back. Anthony Brian Logan should just be banned from TikTok, okay? You know, not Twitch. It's almost as if I was being hyperbolic, conservative furry. Can I please debate this guy? I think I'm messaging him. Hold on. There's no way he'd have the guts to debate. I don't know. I actually think he might.
YouTube. He said the internet. This is astonishing.
These people. It's astonishing that you just don't get sarcasm. That's the astonishing thing, my friend. All right, conservative furry. We're calling him up. Hello? Is this conservative furry?
Yes, sir.
Wow. The man, the myth, the legend, huh?
Indeed.
So, I'm watching your video right now. It's very interesting. The one on me being a far left racist. The one where you photoshopped me with the Hitler mustache on.
Yep.
Yeah. How long did it take you to make that thumbnail? Just out of curiosity.
Only a few minutes.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I could kind of tell. Anyway, you say that Biden is doing nothing. Your quote, I have it written down here, is they have done nothing to stop the flow of illegal immigrants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you realize you make that claim, right? And then you proceed to flash a ton of headlines showing that Biden's border patrol is apprehending millions of illegals. Do you realize how those two statements are contradictory?
It's not contradictory because it shows a greater increase of illegals coming over the border. That's why there's more arrests. You do realize
well,
that,
of course,
right?
yes, there are more coming over the border, but that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Biden.
How so?
Well,
because this is the largest increase we've seen in years. How can
I
you say
know,
it's related to him?
Well, it's related directly to the pandemic. You said it in your own video.
Why would more people come to the United States of America knowing that there is a global pandemic affecting them? Why would they go to a more crowded country?
Because this is why it's very well, do you realize how little sense it makes to make this entire video before you've even read this article? Because I know you didn't read this article, because if you had, you wouldn't make such a dumb fuck claim. So for example, they're not scared of COVID and coming here across the border to run away from COVID. COVID is affecting employment globally. So they're unable to hold on. I'm telling you right now what I meant is they are coming here for economic reasons. And there were 2 different hurricanes, or I think they were earthquakes, that happened overseas, which also led to an influx of migrants.
Many years ago. You're going to tell me something that happened many years ago is leading immigrants to cross now?
No, I would have to. I can pull up this article here. Hold on, I can pull up this article really quick, but I'm pretty sure they were recent hurricanes. So there were.
Recent, right? Like the ones that happened like a decade ago. That recent?
No, I can go ahead and just look this up if you'd like. I mean, if you want to get pedantic about it, I'm fine doing that. But yeah, I just think it's really funny that you're like, your claim was literally they've done nothing to stop the flow of illegal immigrants, and then you flashed a fuck ton of headlines, literally showing them doing stuff to stop the flow of illegal immigrants.
No, that was the Border Patrol. That had nothing to do with Joe Biden.
Wait, so it does. For example, one of the big reasons that immigrants are being expelled as quickly under Biden is because Biden has fought
to keep expelled quickly.
Biden has fought to keep Title 42 in place, which was a pandemic-related policy first put in place by Trump, which allows them to expel migrants faster. Joe Biden is at odds with the Democrats And because he is fighting to keep that policy in place. And it was because of that policy that he was able to expel nearly all of the 15,000 Haitian migrants that came here.
Okay. He expelled barely any Haitian migrants.
Excuse me? How do you know that?
The majority got to stay here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a source on that? Because I'm pretty sure you're talking out of your ass right now.
I mean, don't you do that most of the time?
No, I'm looking at a fucking headline right here that says U.S. plan to expel most of the more than 14,000 Haitian migrants camped at Mexico border has been widely condemned.
Most? What do you consider most?
I don't know. Do you want to look at the article? You know, you're able to read an article.
Does it give specific
before you can talk about issues?
Does it give specific numbers? If it doesn't, then I don't want to hear shit about it, because if it doesn't give numbers and it doesn't give actual percentages, I don't want to hear shit about it.
Let's see. So they already removed 3,300 migrants. He expects to have 3,000 of the approximately 12,600 remaining migrants moved within a day. So that was 6,000. That's about
not
half.
The same thing as actually moved out.
So that was about half of them thus far. The U.S. says it will step up the number of removal flights to expel migrants encamped at the Texas border, estimated at close to 14,000. So
yeah, these are estimations. And when have they ever estimated anything correctly?
Listen, you're asking me questions here?
I'm going by numbers that are actually done.
No, you haven't done any research on this at all. Now you're asking me to research for you live. Okay, and I've actually done that, and I'm giving you the information you want, and now you're demanding more.
He goes to all the other big liberal reporters, and he's like, yeah, this is my research. Look at me. I'm just looking at these online articles. All you do is literally read online articles. The same thing that I do. How can you say that you're any different?
You don't read the online articles, though. You don't.
How can you say you're any different?
What? Because I read the articles and you don't. What do you mean? You made no. First of all, you made the claim about the fucking no. You made the claim about why would they go about COVID or whatever. You made the claim about COVID, and it's obvious that you didn't read this.
Literally, all you do is report. I have never seen you hire an investigative team to do reporting yourself.
Do I need to? What? Okay.
Until I see that day.
The crossings this year followed a relative lull in 2020, when just over 400,000 people were encountered trying to enter the country. The drop was largely attributed to the pandemic impact on international travel. Let's see. In addition to the pandemic, 2 hurricanes destroyed livelihoods and homes in Guatemala and Honduras, where extortion and violence from gangs have persisted in many communities, further fueling an exodus. So that's one.
That from?
The article that you cited in your video, dude. Okay. So again, it's obvious.
Which article? Can you point back to me?
No. I think you can figure it out, right? It's your video. You should know, right? Like, I assume you read through the sources, right? You didn't just flash a headline, right?
You don't want to... Okay.
You wouldn't just flash a headline, right? I mean, after all, you asked what the difference is between me and you.
I mean,
and
I'm sure
so far it seems as though I've gone through the article and
I'm sure you don't take things out of context either. Okay.
I don't know. Do I?
Seems like you do, because you make most of the shit on your videos up.
So far I've made nothing up, and I'm using your own sources against you. So your statement has managed to age badly within 1 second. Congrats. So anyway, before the public health rule was put in place at the beginning of the pandemic, I'm going to try to find the exact thing you said. Oh, wait, hold on. In addition to the pandemic, the crossers hailed from around the globe, many of them seeking economic opportunity as the coronavirus pandemic erased hundreds of millions of jobs. Agents caught people from more than 160 countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, with Mexico accounting for the largest share. So, the pandemic and natural disasters are contributing to the uptick of immigration, or of illegal immigrants coming to the border. That's not anything to do with Joe.
By this November, right?
That's not even anything. That's nothing to do with Joe Biden. What does have something to do with what does have something to do with Joe Biden is Joe Biden's response, right?
No, listen. You literally have ignored all the evidence. you've ignored
What evidence?
the countless reviews with the immigrants who are crossing the border, who
I
said
don't
that they're
care.
coming because of Joe Biden. Literally, they said that.
I don't care.
And you're going to ignore it.
I
You
don't
don't care
care.
because you don't care about the facts.
No, because those aren't facts. What you're telling me right now are an anecdote or stories
an
from
anecdote.
immigrants. Yes,
I
you're
can show
telling me
you.
stories from immigrants that have crossed the border and said, "Oh well, Biden's making it easier, so I'm crossing the border." LOL. Doesn't matter. Again, what matters is Joe
They never
Biden's.
said that
Hold
about
on.
the Trump
What
presidency. They
matters
never said
is
that about the
Joe
Bush presidency.
Biden's.
They never said that
what-
about the Bill Clinton presidency.
That's great. That's great, dude. Really, really
I'm
cute.
sorry.
So what matters is Joe Biden's response, because that's what Joe Biden is in
And what has he
control
done to
of.
respond? What has
He
done
has
to respond?
apprehended millions of immigrants.
No,
he
he
was
hasn't.
involved in one of the.
That was the border patrol. That was not
the
him.
border patrol
What
is
has he done
controlled by Biden. You realize that
specifically?
that's Biden's administration, right? So there's that.
But what
Second of
policies
all,
has he
but
implemented? What policies?
Title 42.
Point.
He went to court. He fought to keep that in place so that he could expel migrants at a faster rate. There's that.
Okay, but
Second,
did he get rid of the rest of what Trump had put into place?
so
Did he do
this
that?
actually goes back into the $450,000 thing.
Okay, so you're not going to answer me.
No, I am.
Awesome,
But
awesome.
some of the things that were done away with was actually.
He's backtracking. He's backtracking.
I'm not
Amazing.
backtracking anything. I'm saying that some of the things that were done away with were actually
you answer
policies that
directly?
were put in place
Why
by
don't you
Trump.
answer directly?
I am literally answering. Some of the policies that were done away with by Biden that were implemented by Trump were a violation of law. And that's why Biden might. Do you realize that? Actually, you know what? I have a question for you. Do you know why Biden was maybe going to give those $450,000 reparations to those illegals?
Why?
Could you tell me?
Go ahead and
Do you
tell
know?
me. No, you can go ahead and tell me.
Well,
since you're a big
you've called them
supporter of it.
reparations and also told me that I didn't do any research. So I'm just wondering, do you have any ideas? Just guess.
You're a big supporter, so I want to hear why you would support giving money to illegal immigrants instead of helping American families. I'm just curious.
Sure. Yeah. So do you realize this isn't a Joe Biden policy? Do you realize that this is a settlement? Right? You realize there's a lawsuit, right? So the federal government is being sued, which I know you didn't know this because you didn't read the headlines before you made that really, really stupid video about me. So the government is being sued for violating the law under Donald Trump's policies. So it's actually because of Donald Trump's policies that we're even in this mess where you now get to get up here and bitch, whine, and virtue signal about, oh, boo-hoo, we can't give $450,000 reparations when you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Why is illegal immigration still increasing?
So you're not going to answer the question? So it's
No,
obvious
I
that
wanted
so you
to-
went into the video, you made a video on me where you accused me of not debunking anything when you only watched like 1 or 2 minutes of the video. And what I was getting at was that Anthony Bryan Logan never mentioned the fact that it was a lawsuit.
Okay.
So doesn't that concern you a little bit? It's being framed as being reparations. This isn't Joe Biden getting up here like, out of the goodness of my heart, I want to give some money to illegals.
I didn't say it was. I even debunked that fact. I said that, Biden called the report garbage. I did say that in my video. Did you forget that part?
No, I looked at that part too, and I bet you don't know what else Biden said there. Because he said $450,000 settlements were way too high, but they also said they're perfectly comfortable reimbursing the families, just not at that level. And you'll notice even in this one, on Wednesday, President Joe Biden dismissed the idea of giving $450,000.
Can you tell me why he should be able to reimburse the families?
Don't you think that
'Cause
you should know
anyone
this a
can
little
claim-
bit? I mean, you made a video on me,
anyone
right?
can
Where you
claim-
said that I literally...
Anyone could claim that they were discriminated against and possibly get that money.
No,
So how do we
they
know?
couldn't. These are specific families that were separated at the U.S.-Mexico border because it was a violation of law the way that they were treated. So, for example, another thing that Anthony Bryan Logan said in his video that made him very dumb was, well, if you want to apply for asylum, you should just do that in Mexico, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is dumb about that?
So the current U.S. law is that you need to be on U.S. soil in order to apply for asylum. But again, you
Exactly.
wouldn't
That's
know
current
that
law.
because you watch Anthony Bryan Logan and he lies to you.
Actually, I watched several individuals, both on the left and right.
And you also watch
Also-
Anthony Brian Logan, and he lies to you. And right now it's showing because you don't have any idea what you're talking about in relation to this $450,000 settlement.
Actually, I do. I had more of an idea than you did.
Yeah, okay. Do you just like say that over and over again? Does it make it feel more true when you do that?
No, I just feel like you speculate quite a lot.
How am I speculating?
I like how you assume things of other people without directly asking any questions, without directly asking them what they believe about a specific topic. You just assume everything because that's the hubris of the left. That's the hubris of you people.
Why are you assuming I'm the left? I feel that you're
Because
assuming
on the
about me
left.
right now
Because
a little bit
you're on the left.
much.
You support Joe Biden, so you're on the left.
I don't know. I feel like you're kind of assuming a lot about me right now. That's kind of the hubris, though, of
Those
the right.
are those are
so I'm not really
reasonable
surprised, you know.
assumptions. Those
No,
are
that's just,
reasonable
no,
assumptions.
no, it's not reasonable. It's the hubris of the right. Very typical. You know, it's
But I'm
exactly what I
not.
would expect. But I know that you want to sidetrack as I continue to like explain why everything that you said in that video is wrong. But if you want to take a little break, we can.
Not
but
really.
okay, cool.
sidetracking.
Then great. Then let's get back to it. So, just to quick summary, we started with they have done nothing to stop this flow of illegal immigrants. We now
They
have
haven't. What new
Biden doing.
policies have they put in?
We did you forget? Did you forget when I already told you this? Are you
They
okay?
protected Title 42, which was already in place under the Trump administration. What else
Yeah.
have they done? Can you go ahead and name it?
So they implemented the. Well, I'm already named what they did. They did the Title 42, and they've also
Okay,
done
what
the
else other than
expulsion
that?
of Haitian migrants, for example. That was historically one of the largest and swiftest expulsions in American history
And
of
why
migrants.
did it happen? Because there were more crossings.
No.
Dumb fuck.
No. Under the Haitian migrants specifically,
Why
that
would
was
more be deported? Because more are incoming. Are you dumb? The stupidity is just.
Are you just a
astonishing.
troll?
The stupidity is astonishing.
Are you just
How
a troll?
would you have the largest deportations if you didn't?
Because
Oh,
I
fuck,
think that you're misunderstanding that
unbelievable.
the Haitian migrants are different, right? So there were 15,000 Haitian migrants that showed up out of nowhere, and they were under that bridge, and then Biden moved and
But
and
why did they
expelled
come?
them.
But why did they come? And
I already
why were they
explained
under
to
the
you.
bridge?
I already explained to you the various reasons with COVID and natural disasters. Again, did you forget that you
What
included
help
that in
were
your
they
own
gonna get
video?
in the United States? What help were they gonna get?
Excuse me?
What help were the Haitian immigrants going to get when they came under the bridge? What help were they gonna get?
I don't know. They didn't get any because they were
So
expelled.
why would they come if there was no benefit?
What do you mean? So America's most likely better and has more opportunity than the place they're fleeing from. Hence the fact that they're immigrant or migrants.
It's better? In what way?
Dude, are you here for like a tutoring lesson or do you want to actually talk about something? What do you mean how is America better? Yeah, most likely America has more economic mobility than the countries that these migrants are fleeing from. Yes, most likely. I think that that's a reasonable assumption. Now, I don't want my leftist hubris to get in the way, but still. So what happened with you being a furry? How did that happen?
Well, it actually happened back in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Me
it after
and
your
my-
dad left?
No.
Okay. I just didn't know. Go ahead, though. What were you saying?
I like how you assume that.
Sorry,
We'll
it's
talk about
it's easy
me.
with the furry stuff. Is my bad. Go ahead, though.
Oh, it's fine. You know, you people are all for acceptance, and then, you know, you just do your discrimination bullshit.
Yep.
But anyways,
I'm furry phobic. Yeah, you got me. And also, why would you care though about being accepting? Like, you obviously aren't too interested in being accepting, with hence your attitude
Actually,
towards
I am.
immigrants. So, yeah, it
Well,
just I don't know. I
actually,
kind of feel like at
I'm
this point we're
I'm accepting towards legal, not illegal. Sorry.
okay. Cool. Well, good thing that the immigrants that are seeking asylum are doing so legally by first coming to this country, and Trump was trying to expel them because of that.
But they're not. But okay.
But they are. But okay.
The
This is actually
takeaway-
hilarious, my dude. Do you actually just like tell yourself things? Are you
No.
living in denial?
No, I think you are. Your whole world is collapsing around you. I mean, look at Virginia, New Jersey. I mean, your whole world is collapsing around you.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting destroyed right now by conservative furry. I'm getting so wrecked, man. Meanwhile, you've lied nonstop. This entire video was just you
Lied
lying.
about what? Lied
You
about
said
what?
they've done nothing to stop the flow of illegal immigrants.
Because they haven't. That was
Yeah.
the Border Patrol. Biden didn't implement anything.
Okay,
new.
so would you not be content then unless Joe Biden himself was down there like tackling people that were running across the border
Well, if
and
you're
then
gonna
throwing them
claim a
back?
president, if you're gonna claim a president did something, he needs to introduce new legislation that has a great effect.
Could he possibly
migrants,
fight
but
to
he
keep
didn't.
legislation that has a great effect? Could that count as doing something to stop the flow of immigration?
But what else has he introduced?
Wait. It's not what else. I'm wondering if that could also be something.
That is something, but it's not significant enough.
Okay, got it. So the claim was they've done nothing to stop the flow of illegal immigrants, but now it sounds like you're backtracking to, well, actually,
No,
they haven't done
didn't.
enough to stop the flow of illegal
I
immigrants.
didn't backtrack.
Really? Then why did you say they've done nothing to stop the flow of illegal immigrants, and you're telling me right now that they actually did do something to stop the flow of illegal immigrants?
I didn't say that.
You just said that. Are you
No, I
okay
didn't.
right now? Do you know where you are? Do you know who you are? You seem to not remember anything you said after saying it.
I do remember what I said.
Okay. So could you help
And
me
I-
understand, please?
Yes. Let me slowly explain it to you. So, you see, Joe Biden keeping Title 42 in place.
Uh-huh.
What effect does that have?
Sure.
Keeping a law that was already in place.
So by using
All it does is stop an even greater flow of immigration. But if he's not introducing any new legislation that deals with the rising immigration, what has he done?
so you realize
Keeping Title 42
that Mhm.
Keeping Title 42 is a very good thing. I'm not saying it isn't, but
Well,
you
do you
know,
credit
he
Trump
has-
for
he's
Title
barely-
42?
he's barely done anything.
Do you credit Trump for Title 42 because you know Trump didn't make that legislation, right?
I know he didn't, but
So-
he introduced a lot of new things when it came to the border that actually dealt with the problem.
Some of which broke the law, and that's now why the
didn't break
government's
the
dealing
law.
with. Yes, they did, and that's why the government's now dealing with this lawsuit.
What law did it break?
I just told you, by separating families, that was a violation of human rights. By separating families, it was also a violation of international law, and also by separating people.
Who the fuck cares about
not-
international law?
Well, we should when we literally are partially responsible for drafting that law. But good try. Also, they Oh,
If
shit,
we
what was
were
the other
part
thing
of
they did, too?
drafting that law, we can change it at any time, correct?
No, well, possibly,
you're
but it doesn't
literally
mean that we
brain
can
dead.
just stamp all over it, my dude.
You're literally brain dead.
Wait, so you think that if we create a law, that means we can just break it any time?
No, I'm saying we could fix that law. We don't have.
So
don't
basically,
have
all
this-
I've been told right
have
now
the
from
same
conservative
standard.
furry is that they've done nothing, but actually they did do something, but they just didn't do enough of those things that I would have liked them to do. But also they're bad because they undid one of the things Trump did, which was illegal, and got them into this mess. That's kind of where I'm at right now with this conversation.
What law did it break in the U.S.? Not internationally,
So
in the U.S.
when immigrants were entering this country and then they were taken almost immediately into detention centers and they were not given the proper chance to apply for asylum, that's a violation of U.S. law. Because under the current U.S.
Which
law,
U.S. law?
I'll go ahead and pull it up.
Point
for you.
it out.
I'll go ahead and pull it up for you right now. Yeah, sure. Hold up.
Thank you. Finally doing something. I'm surprised.
I mean, you can be snarky, but this entire conversation, you've done nothing but lie and walk back on your claims. So,
And you've
It's
done
okay,
nothing
though.
to prove your points. And all you've done is assume, make fun, and do what you always do. Take things out of context.
Sure. All right. So, showing this on my screen. It is 8 U.S. Code 1158, asylum. Any alien who is physically present in the United States or who arrives in the United States, whether or not at a designated port of arrival, and including an alien who is brought to the United States after having been interdicted or... I don't know how to read, I'm sorry. Who have been traveled through international waters, irrespective of such alien status, may apply for asylum in accordance with this section or where applicable. So any alien who is physically present in the United States, you have to be physically present in this country to apply for asylum. And so with the Trump administration and their strict policies blocking immigrants from doing that, that was a violation of law. And that's only one of the reasons why they're now dealing with this lawsuit that you're crying about and claiming is reparations.
Why wouldn't they do something earlier if this was a violation of law? Why wouldn't
What?
specifically the Democrats do anything about it?
I don't know, buddy. It sounds like you got a lot
Because
of questions, but hardly any answers.
Since 2018, they've controlled Congress. What have they done?
I don't know. It sounds like you have a lot of questions. You know,
Because they didn't sue the federal government for shit.
It's just weird how you said they haven't done
How are
anything
they
to
suing
stop the flow
a
of illegal
Democrat
immigrants.
president
But
now? How are they suing a Democrat president now for the harsh shit that Trump did?
wait,
how is that even
you
equal?
realize that he's not getting sued by Democrats, right? These are, I think these are like, is the ACLU one of them? No, that's not right. But it's a lawsuit carried out from
Why would they be
someone else.
suing him based on what Trump did?
Because it's not Biden, it's the government that's being sued. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else you want to walk back on before we go?
I just want to say that you're a far left moron.
Cool. And I just want to say I really hope you find your dad. Go down to the local Shell gas station. You know, look in the cigarette aisle. He might still be there, all right, buddy?
All
right, yeah, see you, buddy. Oh my god. I think that guy was probably one of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever spoken to. Oh, he actually had no idea what he was talking about.